Just ask. That's what we're going to talk about today. But welcome to Tuesday's edition to the VoiceOver Huddle. My name is Mike Hathcote. I'm a full-time voice actor and a voiceover coach. And every weekday we jump on here at 9 a.m. Pacific time to talk about voiceover and how to grow your business. I'm glad you're here once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you get this content quickly. And then, of course, always chime in on the chat so we can do some shout outs in a few minutes and shout out where you're watching from. And tonight is the big night. Kayla Brick's Upwork class for 2025. She's going to keep us all in the loop on what is going on with Upwork and how to keep Upwork at the top of the list with your in your revenue wheel as far as generating your income. And so there's been a lot of changes over at Upwork, and she is up on all those changes, and tonight is her class, our monthly Masterclass. And speaking of that, how about we give away a seat at the class for tonight? As usual, every month we do a little raffle for a seat, a free seat. So everybody who's entered already will be entered into this drawing here in a second, and I'm going to pick a name, or I'm going to let this spinning wheel pick a name, and whoever that winner is going to get a refund, and we'll be able to attend for free. So let's do that right now. I've already got the wheel all set up and ready to go, so let me hit it a couple of times here just to refresh it. And we'll say spin once. And all right, now I'm going to spin again just to make sure we're good and fair. And let's see what number it is. Round and round it goes. Number 23. And that is Philip Barkman. Philip D. Barkman. You are the winner of tonight's class. So I will send you a refund for your entry fee for tonight's class with Kayla Brick. So congratulations, Philip, and I'll see you there tonight. Okay, let's get into what we're talking about today. And I'm going to make this one short and sweet because I'm having some email issues this morning. For my work email, I'm able to receive emails, but I cannot send, which is weird. So I've got to see if I can't diagnose that. All right. And I just saw, by the way, somebody asked if they can still enroll. And yes, the link is in the description below. If you do want to enroll in the class, tonight is the night. So go visit that link and you'll be able to attend tonight. But Philip is our winner for the free one. Okay, let's talk about it. When in doubt, ask. And what I mean by that is whenever you are unsure of something, maybe it's the pronunciations in a script. Maybe it is the directions, in the script. Maybe it's some typos or some perceived mistakes that you think might be an issue. Don't just guess. It never hurts to clarify and send an email or a message to the sender and ask them if they can clarify whatever question you have. Don't just guess at it. Don't just guess the pronunciation. I mean, you can try to look up the pronunciation. That is a good rule to have. But whenever there's any kind of question, you're just going to waste their time if you guess and get it wrong and then send the file to them and then it's wrong and then you have to kind of go back and forth. It's always better to ask up front. And I promise you the customer will appreciate it. Don't feel like you're bothering the customer if you're needing some clarification on something. They would much prefer you to do that than waste their time later, as I said, and send them a file that's wrong and then has to be completely redone. If you just ask the question at the beginning to get all the particulars, everything laid out the way it's supposed to be and pronunciations and mistakes and all that kind of stuff, just make sure you do that ahead of time. It's going to save a lot of time in the long run. And as I said, the customer will be very appreciative of you clarifying that because it shows that you've got attention to detail. And it shows them that, you care about the project and you want to make sure that you get them the highest quality, file that they deserve. So when in doubt, ask. Don't just try to guess. And don't, you could probably, if there's some terminology or something that you don't understand, you could probably Google it or maybe jump into a Facebook group or whatever, a voiceover Facebook group and ask maybe what that acronym is or something like that. But the client is going to know best what they want. So make sure that you reach out to them and you ask that. Don't just guess. Okay? Short and sweet today. All right, let's see what's happening in the chat. Okay, there's Jason. Good morning, Jason from Kearney, Nebraska. And hello, Wayne from Port Orchard, Washington. Hey, David from Ontario, from Hamilton, Ontario. And there's Nancy from Yankton, South Dakota. Hey, Denise from Long Island. And Sean from Longview. Good morning, Sally from Plano, Texas. And there's Kirk from Greenville, South Carolina. Charlie from Sparta, Wisconsin, and Celeste from Newark, Delaware. Hey, Celeste, missed you. And there's Nephi from Knoxville. By the way, happy belated birthday to you, Nephi. I saw that was your birthday yesterday. Sorry I didn't chime in earlier. Hey, Kate from Marietta, Georgia. And there's Tracy from Rochester, Minnesota. And there's Jim. Happy Tuesday, Upwork from Naples, Florida. And there's Tim from Altoona. Joseph from Horizon City, Texas, or Joe, sorry about that. And there's Robert from Atlanta, excited for the Upwork class tonight. Me too. Even though I do pretty well on Upwork, I could always use some improvement, right? And so whenever Kayla does these classes for us, there's always some light bulb that goes on, and it's like, oh, I was missing that the whole time. No wonder I was this or that, And so she has surgically gone in and figured all this stuff out. So can't wait for it. There's David from Louisville, and there's Maria from Rhode Island. Andrew from Latvia, good to see you. And Sandra in Worthington, Ohio. Can I still enroll? Yes, Sandra, you can. I mentioned it earlier. Check the link below in the description, and you should be able to go ahead and join tonight. No problem. There's Theo. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday from the kitchen table. Palos Hills, Illinois. Good to see you. And there's Don from South Africa. Have an awesome day, everyone. And you as well, Donovan. Hey, Kate. Kate says, if you don't ask, you'll never know. I imagine most clients would be grateful that you did. Absolutely. That is exactly right. They will be much more appreciative if you clarify first versus trying to guess. There's Edward from Jacksonville, Florida. There's Becky, says, doing the thing in Albion, Michigan. Current client actually used the word plethora with options I gave him. He's pleased and a pleasure to work with. I love VO. Right? That's great. They will appreciate all that kind of stuff. If you, suggest maybe a better way to word something, especially if they are not English as their first language speakers, and they wrote the script a little, janky, they will appreciate it if you go, hey, it would make sense. It would make better sense if we did it like this. Most of the time, they will be very happy that you asked. There's Scotty from Brookings, South Dakota. Becky says, surgically, huh? Do we need to start calling her Dr. Kayla? Possibly. She is good. I mean, she is that good at what she does on Upwork. As I mentioned before, most of her work comes from Upwork. And so she is in and out of that thing all day, every day, and is, made it her mission to figure it all out and what works and what doesn't. That's more important, is what doesn't work. Hey, Lynette from from Sparks, Nevada. And there's JJ from Minnesota. Good to see you, JJ. I don't need this color or this picker wheel on here anymore. But yeah, I got to figure out what is going on with my email today. anytime I send out an email, I get a bounce back. So it's weird, but I'll figure it out. At least I'm able to receive emails, which means I can, get work, but still, it's a problem. Okay, speaking of that, I'm going to get to work fixing that before I get to my actual recording work today. So for those of you who are signed up for tonight, I will see you tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be about an hour's worth of very, very useful content, and then 30 minutes or so of Q&A, which is, by the way, why we're limiting it to 100 people. There are some seats left, but it's getting close, so we want to make sure that we give the people who attend plenty of time, and attention for their questions. That's why we have to cap it at 100. So anyway, thank you all for being here once again, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for Hump Day. And hey, there's Keith. Cool Keith checking in. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss you. All right. Okay, I'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, break a lip, everybody. See ya.